Hey guys, Aaron here from Body Club. Today's workout is going to be a full body conditioning session. Here I've got a dumbbell. You could also use a kettlebell for this session as well. I've got 12.5 kilos. If you're well resistance trained and you're feeling strong today, feel free to go heavier. Alternatively, if you've not got a lot of experience working with dumbbells or doing technical movements, then you can go a little bit lighter. So today's workout we're going to break into two parts. Firstly, I'm going to break down the 5 exercises that we're going to do today, and then we're going to move on and we're going to go into our circuit. Okay? So firstly, I'll talk you through the exercises that we're going to do. So we're going to start working into a dumbbell swing. So we're going to stand the feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to take the feet just very slightly turned out. Okay? And then we're going to hold the dumbbell on the end. And from here, we're going to swing it through the legs, okay? It's important as we come through in this position that we're keeping the back nice and straight, okay? So from a side-on profile, that would look something like this, okay? It's very important as you sit your hips back, that you don't round off your spine as you're doing this. We want to strengthen the back. So we need to keep the chest lifted and the crown of the head reaching upwards, okay? And then explosively driving forwards through the hips as you exhale, swinging the kettlebell forwards, okay? It's important that we use the hips and we don't pull up with the arms as we're doing this one. Second exercise is a front squat. So again, we hold underneath one end of the dumbbell and we hold it nice and close into the chest. From here, same stance, a little bit more of a turnout with the feet now, so that when we squat down, the knees push outward in line with the toes. And as you can see, that opens up the hips so we can sit down. And your ideal position would be to get the hips at least to knee height or lower if you feel you've got the mobility. And another key thing here, as we sit down, is to again shift your weight backwards towards your heels, and then hopefully you're not finding that you're rounding off your spine this way. Okay? So it may be that you just need to practice a little bit of keeping the chest up and sitting the hips back and down. Okay? The next exercise is going to be a dumbbell push press. So we're going to hold it just on the outside of the shoulder. I'm going to reach the other arm out in front of us, okay? And we're going to keep what's called a neutral grip, so that's my palm facing my body. I'm going to dip through the legs and explosively drive up through the arm, bringing it back down onto the shoulder. Dip and drive. In this top position, I want to have my biceps close to my ear, so the dumbbell, as you can see, is sitting directly on top of the shoulder. When you push, it's important not to press forwards, otherwise you'll end up leaning backwards and hinging into your lower back, okay? We'll also stress the top of your neck. So we want to have a really nice straight line, okay? Then we're going to move into a snatch. That's picking it up from the floor and taking it overhead. Okay, it's a little bit similar to the swing position we just started with. However, here we're going to pull directly up. Okay, it's important to use your hips to drive forwards and a little bit of a shrug through the shoulder. And this is a rapid acceleration off of the floor and then a catch at the top. So we're trying not to muscle it with the arms. We want this to be with the legs and then we follow through with the arm. Okay, and then just like the shoulder press or the push press, we come back down again. Okay, so it would look like this. Okay, and then from the side on, we're starting in that deadlift position, so the hips are really sitting back and down. Again, if you've not got lots of range, if you're quite tight through your hamstrings or your glutes, you might not be able to hit this flat position. So what I'd recommend, if you're coming down and you're rounding your back off, rather than rounding through the back, which can put unnecessary stress through the structures of your spine, is to reduce your range. So it would be something like this. So you can still keep that good neutral position through your spine as you're doing it, okay? And then the last exercise is a bent over row. We're going to stand with the feet just wider than your shoulders. Turn both feet 45 degrees to the side. Hinge that through the hips again, very similar to position that we've been working with some of these other exercises. We're going to take the hand and place it onto the knee, and then we're going to row the dumbbell, okay? We're slightly pulling backwards to engage the mid-lower traps and rhomboids, and then we're reaching the arm forwards a bit just to stretch through those muscles as well as the lats, okay? And again, same thing here, very important to make sure you're flat through your back and you're not rounding. We don't want to be hunching the shoulder either, so really nice neutral position, okay? So now you've had a little bit of practice and you're familiar with the exercises, we can move into the workout, okay? This is going to be 45 seconds of activity and 15 seconds of recovery. That's an 8-minute round, and then we're going to do 2 rounds, so that's 16 minutes of work, all pretty high intensity, okay? I'm going to run through the whole routine with you, so let's get started, okay? So we'll get started in about 10 seconds, and we're going to start off with those dumbbell swings. If at any point you need to refer back, you can always rewind the video back and look at some of the technique from those exercises. Okay, let's go. So swinging through the leg, driving forward with the hips, keeping the crown of the head up, chest up. Strong exhalation to swing. Remember, we're doing this with the hips. Little bit of knee bend, but we don't want to be bending the knees forwards too much. "30 seconds. Good guys, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds recovery. Remember, the next exercise was front squats. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Remember, a little bit of a turnout with the toes, squatting nice and deep. Sitting back, weight shifts back into the heels. Keep that dumbbell close to you. Keep that chest up. So you're not leaning forward too much. You're trying to keep your torso relatively upright. Exhale on the way up. Keep it going, 15 seconds to go. And last rep, excellent guys. 15 seconds rest. Next exercise was the push press up overhead. Going in 5 seconds. Careful as you pick up your dumbbell. Onto the shoulder, neutral grip. We're not just using the shoulder here. We're also thinking about that dip and drive through the legs. And you'll even notice I'm using my calves and lifting my heels off the floor as I press. So this is called a triple extension of the hips, the knees, and the ankle joint. Nearly there. Remember, dumbbell straight up over your shoulder. The last one. Brilliant, guys. Rest. 15 seconds. Into that push press on the other side. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Dip, drive. Make sure your elbows are locked out at the top. Good control on the way down. Don't let that dumbbell pull you forward as you dip. Keep your chest upright. Nearly there, guys. 10 seconds to go. And rest. Excellent stuff. Next one is the snatch from the floor overhead. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Sit back into it. Drive it up through the hips, okay? Try not to muscle it through the arm. Keeping those hips nice and centered. Try not to let them drift off to the side. We keep the dumbbell facing, or the palm facing towards us, and then it faces away when you get to the top. Keep it going, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. And rest. Just take 10 seconds. And then through to the other side. Snatch from the floor. Let's go. Sitting hips right back. This is where we're getting the power from. It's from the hips, the hamstrings, the glutes. Power transfers through your trunk, that's your core, and then all the way through to the arm and into the dumbbell. Excellent stuff. 3, 2, 1. Good. And relax. Last exercise is the row. Turning the feet off to the side. A bit wider than shoulder width. Bend the knees, sit the hips back, straight back. And pulling. Drawing the shoulder blade backwards. Opening the shoulder. Very important not to round the shoulder forwards. We want to be strengthening the back. So we're spreading out the collarbones as we do this one. Can support a little bit of weight onto the front knee with that hand. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then last one in this circuit. To the other side. We'll then take 1 minute and 15 seconds to rest, grab some water, and then we'll go through one more time. Turn the feet to the side, sit back through the hips. Exhale, pull. Consciously driving that elbow back. Notice the dumbbell is moving slightly backwards as well. Keep that back nice and straight. Keep it going, guys. Really good work. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And rest. Take a quick breather, 1 minute, 15 seconds. Good stuff, guys. So For the next circuit, you're a little bit more familiarized with the exercises. So in 30 more seconds, and we'll go again. I'll just get my breath back. Hope you can get your breath back too. So, swing, front squat, push press, snatch, row. Okay? 20 seconds rest left. Just get yourself mentally prepared. Okay guys, into those swings. 45 seconds, let's go. Really sit those hips back. Fifteen seconds. So you see it's quite a rapid, explosive movement. So good for that metabolic conditioning. And stop. Excellent. Need that 15 seconds to get that breath back. Into the front squats. 5 seconds. Get yourselves ready. A little bit of a turnout. Knees pushing out. Weight shifts back to your heels. Squat down. Good depth now. Keep that chest lifted. As you tire, make sure that dumbbell isn't pulling you forwards. Really lift nice and upright. Keep it going. 30 seconds, 15 to go. Two, one. Awesome. Great stuff, guys. Into push press for our next one. Overhead. Okay, let's go. To the shoulder. Dip, drive. And keep that going. Make sure you're balanced at the top. Your hips sit in the middle. Straight line from the dumbbell. Through your shoulder. Through your hips, your knees, and all the way down to your feet. 10 seconds to go. Should be feeling that in the shoulder. Triceps. Good. And perhaps even a little bit the legs. And down. Really good work, guys. Nearly there. Push press to the left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Dip, push. Keep that balance. Make sure that arm pushes all the way to straight. No cheating, no half reps. All the way up. Make sure those hips sit right through the middle. Try not to shift them off to the side. This is an offset exercise, which means you're going to be training your trunk muscles, your abdominal muscles as well, to stabilize. Dumbbell wants to pull you off to one side. You have to brace those muscles to be able to hold the back up nice and straight. Good. And rest. 15 seconds breather. Next one is that snatch. Really full body exercise. Really strengthening all the way through the posterior chain of your body. Dumbbell faces across, so your palm faces towards you. Drive it up overhead. Control it down. Notice I'm going quite quickly. Down, then up. So I'm getting a good stretch and shortening of those hamstrings and glutes. 10 seconds to go. Bring that dumbbell between your feet, not in front of you. Good. And down. So with the snatch, we're really trying to move the body around the dumbbell rather than moving the dumbbell around you. So we don't want it to travel too far away from the body. We keep it really close to the body. Into the other side. Good, nice and quick on the way up. Remember I was saying before, not to muscle it, but to drive from the legs. That way then, it should fly up. And then we just control it with the arm. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and rest. Last exercise, bent over row. Great exercise for your back and your biceps. Really good postural exercise. Really good for strengthening up the lower back too. Let's go. Remember those feet turned off to 45-degree angle. Don't worry if the dumbbell's not going all the way down to the floor. You'll notice that you might end up just rounding through your back here. So we want to keep straight through the back. We can let the shoulder round forward a little bit to get a bit of a stretch through the lats and the traps. Keep it going. 15 seconds. Really sitting into those heels. 2, 1. Really good. And rest. Almost there. Getting a really good sweat on now. Last exercise to go. That bent over row on the other side. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Make sure that shoulder is opening and not rounding forward. Pull open, don't round through. Chest stays lifted, forward and up. Good strong back. Nearly there, 15 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Good. Get your breath back. Make sure you stay hydrated, plenty of water. Give yourself a little cool down time to recover. Thanks a lot for joining today, guys. I'll see you next time for your next Body Club workout.